Hey, good evening, everybody. Thanks for dropping in. We are in the White Filth Vault. We are at the other wall, so you know what's up. This is the more lo-fi version of the channel. Adams had to flee the country for the unforeseeable future, so we'll see when he will return. In the meantime, it's going to be this kind of style. I hope we have him back for the end of the year video, but I have a few updates that I need to get out of my system and something for you to watch. So that is all the info you need on that. We are diving into a few Iron Bonehead orders. Actually, I kept putting them on the back burner. I don't know why, but it's always, I used to do my bulk ordering there. Now here and there, so it's going to be some Iron Bonehead, some distro from them, and then we have the Poisonous Sorcery bundle, small piece of that bundle, batch 5 I think, or something, to round off. So yeah, let's dive in. Didn't put any music on for this one. It's an experiment. Last time, I don't care about audio quality. I mean, you put on headphones and you hear perfectly, but we'll skip the music for now. Last time I already talked about Arcane Archivists. I'll show it again because this is one of the reasons why sometimes I have to go to I don't have to do anything, but sometimes I find myself going back to Iron Bonehead just because they have some cool stuff that you don't find anywhere. But yeah, this was one of the reasons I ordered there. Then I have a wish list there, just like everybody else, I assume, and this was in my want list forever. This was at the way bottom. It was kind of pricey, and yeah, there was always something else worthy of picking up. But in the spirit of chauvinism and being Belgian, I finally picked up the Zombie Danz Volume 2, and this is from 2018. Very good label, very good zine. The focus, I think his interest, the guy behind the label and from the zine, Tao, is very much into Brazilian, Southern American stuff. So yeah, you should see some of the stuff there. This is, with Iron Bonehead, together with Iron Bonehead. But it's all over the place. It has Ancient Rites, Master's Hammer, Itaqua, Imperator, Treblinka, Blood-Covered Syphilitic Vaginas, which you don't see too often. Perverted Ceremony, so there's some Belgian stuff in there. Vlad Tepes, Stian Occultus, Goatlord, Samael, Sadistic Intent, Blasphemia, Mephisto, and Necromantic. So yeah, a bunch in there. It has so many pages. What it also has is a zine, French trash death metal special. So it's a bit of pricey zine, but you get a lot of stuff. This is like more of a magazine extra booklet on French trash. And then there is the Sephiroth Rehearsal 93. That is a 7-inch that comes with it. And this is never released material from that band. Rehearsal recorded in Black Coat Studio in Cerquillo, I think, City, Sao Paulo, Brazil in 93. Balhamon ex Diffamator ex Intoctum. A Sadistic, yeah, there's a whole bunch here, but there is the checklist, or the personnel list, I should say. Back of the 7-inch. It's actually done pretty nice, and it's an official Zombie Danz and Iron Bonehead release, so very nice. It is what you expect it to be. Their old school Iron Bonehead logo below 2018. It's yeah, South American rehearsal material, so expect the music to sound accordingly. Ancient Rites is the first band in here. It is a Belgian zine, so expect some Belgian stuff. I think Ancient Dead has a long sleeve for the first Ancient Rites. I think that Ancient Rites long sleeve and t-shirt running now, which looks very nice. Master's Hammer, so yeah, there's a bunch in here. Blood Covered, I don't know that. Here's the Syphilitic Vaginas. It's a very clean artwork for that one. Here's Perverted Ceremony. There's a cool picture in here that they don't use that often. Very early one, I think. There you go. Yeah, Zombie Danz. There is a new one in the works with the focus more on Southern American, I think. I read it somewhere, but I could be mistaken. And they have releases coming out all the time. So yeah, big ups to them. Very good label. Let's dive in. Like I said, some of these have been laying around for before summer, I think. I don't even remember this one, the way it sounds, I should say. The Eternal Fanfare, I think, from Holdish. It started out as a one-woman black metal project from somewhere in America, and she has Belgian roots. That's how she got on my radar, because she started out on with her releases on Iron Bonehead, and I think some other American tape label that I'm blanking on. Yeah, this is a EP she did on 20 bucks spin. Curse from Beyond, Burden of Flesh and Bone, Sylvian Awakening, I think. The Eternal Fanfare is het eigenlijk. Yeah, is het eigenlijk Dutch. And then a Perilous Journey, something like that. Hard to read font once again. Yeah, it is. As far as I can remember, the Holdish sound was always very second wave black with a lot of medieval influences. You can see the castles in Belgium coming to mind when stuff like this, but this is actually a very cool picture, I think. It's kind of on the trend of the native black metal, but it's a cool picture anyway. Like I said, she was on, like Worm, she was on Iron Bonehead, but 20 bucks spin scooped up everything that was American and was selling a bunch, so yeah. I think this is the Van exclusive, but I could be mistaken. Whites into a crystal clear blob. Yeah, nicely done. Pirate Press. I'm pretty sure it was a, because I don't order in the States, so I'm pretty sure it's a Van exclusive. But yeah, there's not too much I can say about it. The second one, and I can tell you a bit more about this one. This is Black Solis, his latest offering. And this is Esoteric Atavism. I'm not sure how many full lengths, 1, 2, 3, maybe the 6th full length, something like that. Is there too much light here? Let's try it this way. There was, of course, the trilogy, the first black and white. That's a little less. We'll work with it. There was, of course, the black and white trilogy that I always, you know, compared to the Dark Throne trilogy, it was the more raw Black Solis. Not that this is a, you know, that this is far off from where he started, but there is more production behind it, which is saying a lot, because Black Solis, for me, was the start of the entire raw thing. It's not unhinged. It is basically just pure lo-fi production, Portuguese black metal. But yeah, this one kind of has a bit better production. It's a bit more audible. It is not just the buzzsaw sound that that they always, or that he always has. There's some notes of melody. There's some notes of a progression within the music. There are some more variations in tempo here and there. So yeah, they are trying to do something different, or he is. I keep saying they, but it's a one-man show. This is actually a good picture where you can see him in the back. It's always the same, black and white. The keys have gone to the side, but yeah, it always looks okay, or not okay. It looks great. Comes with a poster which has nothing on it, just a flame and a logo. But yeah, I like the sound. I haven't delved in too much, just because I'm always under the impression that I know what Black Solis will sound like. And then in preparation of this video, I actually put it on, and it seems like, yeah, I was in for a bit of a surprise. Black Final, of course, there is a breakdown. I think black, white, like always. And then the third and fourth sequential represses are always in some weird color scheme, but yeah. Black Solis, I should not take this for granted, because actually this was one of the bands that got me into the entire raw stuff, or the raw black metal thing around 2015, I guess. Then, speaking of raw, this was from the last order. I think that Black Sleeves was way back. Here we go. Obskuritatem wet, and I have to see. Arrogantni nihilism, something like that. The third full length, I think, I'm pretty sure. Third full length from O, the main proprietor of the Black Plague Circle. What is there to say about Obskuritatem? Maybe a bit the same than sorry for this. Then what's going on with Black Solis? I have been talking about Black Plague Circle with Fritivrak and some of the other, like, blanking on the others, but that the production is becoming more audible. It is less dense than all the releases, especially for Obskuritatem, which has always been a struggle for me to listen to. Not that it's bad, but it's just so, I talked about it, just so dense and overwhelming and yeah, just dark. But this one, once again, production ramped up a little bit. Also due to the fact that it's not just Obskuritatem. This year alone, this man, and I've written it down because I can't remember it all. Haguran was a great tape by him, which was a bit Blazebird Hall worship. And then Shadow Dungeon, where he is the Leper King, of course. What else was there? Pismoon was there. Yeah. So he had a lot of releases coming out this year. This is a double LP, and for Obskuritatem, that's a good one. This is over 70 minutes of black metal. It has a bunch of tracks on here. It has two covers. One is by Nagarot. Yes, one is by Nagarot. It is the Possessed by Black Fucking Metal, which is the last track on here. And then there is Destroy Your Life for Satan. Yes, from Vlad Tepes. Or am I mistaken? No, sorry, Mutilation. Sorry. Yeah. Potato. No, that's not true. But yeah, Obskuritatem. Very good. Once again, a very dense record, but it allows more influences maybe than just the rawness that was on Vampirska Cacophania. Yeah. What more is there to say? It has influences like Obskuritatem. When I found out it came from Abruptum, for example, I kind of start hearing the unhinged maybe quality that it has a bit in his music. But yeah, there are influences from everywhere. There is some second wave. There is some comes from all over the place. Midgaars from Lugubrum is also on here. Which track is that? I'm not gonna know out of the top of my head. Maybe Erna Rupa or Kna Rupa. I'm not sure, but yeah. It comes with a lyric sheet. Black Plague Circle 2022 comes with the obligatory I hate everybody text insert, but then all the lyrics are on here. Problem is they're in Bosnian, I think. They are from Bosnia Herzegovina. And yeah, Anal Horror poem. There's a poem on here written by Anal Horror. Gospel in Breadth. The Grabaviki Demon. I have to do some more digging what that actually is. But yeah, it looks the part, of course. Like always, this one is on Black Gangrene Productions out of Portugal. And yeah, especially love that Hammer the World or Hammer the Globe logo. This picture is worth checking out. It's kind of like the cover, but a bit different. And like I said, over 70 minutes of music, so you know it's a double LP, which is always great. And I've listened to it a few times actually by now. There you go, nice skull, and then one more picture of the man himself, who has to live for black metal, because the releases that are coming out and the rehearsal that he is doing, plus all the artwork that he's doing with Ainu Iblis, it is incredible the amount of work this guy can do in one lifetime. Then I'm going to do these as a duo. because I don't want to make this too long. This is from maybe a month ago. Iron Bonehead is doing the Drowning the Lights. I think the entire back catalog on vinyl by now, or is planning to do the entire back catalog on vinyl by now. This is Alignment of Death Stars, the first one. I'll do it in order. This is a full length from 2009, which was actually a good year for Drowning the Light. The fact that this came out, and then the one before this was Blood of Ancients, and then the one after this was Split with Evil. So you could say it's a high point in their discography or their career. In the fact that it's very aggressive, especially the Blood of the Ancients. It always has that epic sorrow feeling to it. I noticed that it kind of has that feeling because I'm doing the vinyl challenge, and there was a rainy record, and I don't know why, but I immediately thought of Drowning the Light, and it kind of has that rainy day feeling in some parts, just because of the sorrowful sounds that that he produces, that as Gore produces on some of these records. But yeah, love the very stark black and white. He always has great pictures. Now the cover is not too much to see in front of, I think, a tree or something like that, but the back cover is really cool with the gauntlet and the upside down cross. This is Asgore, Wraith, S, and Blackheart. So 4 people are responsible for this record. This is the first time that it kind of dawned on me that there is some influences bigger than just black metal, because there is one track on here. Well, I find it's, I think, Drinking the Sacrament of Eternity, Revenge of the Impaler. I could be wrong, because I'm often wrong, but it kind of has a punk intro, which is a far cry from being a punk record. But yeah, there is some difference in sound here and there. I still find it hard to describe, but the sorrowful sound together with the more aggressive side of Drowning the Light is what I would go for also on this one. There we go, yeah. The 4 members on the center labels, they're always done to perfection, these records. These are records that are obviously represses and that have already come out on CD or on vinyl even, or tape, whatever, but I think it's good that these get repressed, because these are expensive records if you want original. Expensive is a term that doesn't mean anything anymore these days, but yeah. Then that was the first one, 2009. Like I said, a high point in the career. This is a, there you go, EP compilation, and one is from 2019. I have to see on my cheat sheet. Yes, A Gleam in the Eye of Set is from 2019, and World Devourer is from 2022, so brand new. What they did is they threw them both together on one LP or on one compilation. The cover artwork is also a remix of the two, I think, 2 CDs, because I don't think they came out on vinyl separately. Why would you, if you can do a nice little comp? But yeah, the breakdown was black, and then it had this ugly yellow, black, red splatter. I don't know what that was. I think some Galaxy stuff, but yeah. I like the original a bit better, since it has those Drowning Lights logos. They didn't recuperate them anywhere here, but yeah. It's kind of Egyptian themed, and it's some of the material that I really like. It's later material by Drowning Light, but I like the direction that they are going. Yeah. There is not much title-wise that can help you out as to what the sound is. It's not like it's Nile all of a sudden, like death metal worshipping pyramids or anything, but there is kind of an adventurous sound in these tracks. Yeah, the World Devourer, for example, and The Conjurer of Slithering Chaos, those 2 tracks, I think I prefer World Devourer more than in A Gleam in the Eye of Set, but both are stellar EPs that, you know, worth putting on a there you go, worth putting on a dual album. But yeah, that's Great picture too. Getting used to where the camera is here. Of course, the magnificent logo on the yellow, and then set on the back. Like I said, great looking record, great sounding record, and it's a good step in direction. I haven't heard anybody complain too much about the new sound. It's not really a new sound, but like I said, it's a bit more adventurous than just a bit more for me to talk about than just sorrow and rain influenced black metal. But yeah, there you go. Nice drowning the light. I'm half a bin. I need to go through the collection once again just to make some room. Let's see, we'll cut here and then I'll see you in part 2. Hey, welcome back to the magic of self-editing. We are back. There was one more thing I forgot to say about the drowning in the light camp. As Gore mentioned that Forgotten Kingdoms will be back. I didn't expect it to that project to return, his more Dungeons and Amiens project, but I'm very looking forward to that one. We are going to stay in Australia for a bit, and we are going to well, it's Australia, but the sound is not really Australian, if there is such a thing. This is Ruinspell with verses in regicides. I'm not sure what regicide means, but this is a one-man project from Australia that has been on a tear since 2017. Always on Iron Bonehead, which is very nice. This is Nightwolf's project. A Nightwolf is a guy that is, I have to see, he's in a bunch of bands. I don't know everything. I know Forest Mysticism because he has a split with Ruinspell with himself. Eternum, Necrostries, I don't know those two, and then Blood Stronghold. He is one part of that band, which has links to Ravenmoon Sanctuary, which then has links to Evil Feast, so it's an entire link throughout from Australia over to Poland and back again. And Poland is one of the main influences on this. You have the Polish scene, you have Scandinavian influences going in here, you have French concilium stuff that haunts this thing. But like I said, he is on a tear. This is the third or fourth full length. Let's see. Unhallowed Blood Oath from 2017. Aeons of Ancient Blood, also 2017. Order of Vengeance from 2018. Voices of Opprobrium, also 2019. Wandering Forlorn, which is the split. Then verses in Regicide, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th full length, and then Sentinels of Time came out this year, which is a mini album and sort of a companion piece to this one. Like I said, it takes from those influences that I just said, those 3 main blocks, but it kind of reminds to John and Light in some parts. It has that kind of sorrowful, more, not always sorrowful, that more atmospheric, until it goes into the majestic and the triumphant sounds that you can hear on this record. It kind of breaks open around the 3rd and 4th track, Realm of Fire and Into Dust, which it then just keeps going and going and going. Theme is a bit of Viking era, stuff like that, so I always have kind of a problem with it, but I don't know, I really don't know why. I think it's because when I go to Hellspop, I see the Korpiklani dudes hanging around. Let's see, is there anything else? Yeah, like I said, it breaks open around 3 or 4. It kind of has this skank beat, and then it's not a real skank beat, but you know what I'm saying. It kind of breaks the mold of just that atmospheric intro piece that is track 1 and 2, and then just, yes, I like everything he did. I like the Blood Stronghold stuff. Like I said, the other bands, I don't know too much about it, but yeah. Lyric sheet, it is an Iron Bonehead release, so you know it is a good production. This is a repress, actually, because it sold out. I'm not sure what the breakdown was color-wise, black probably. But this is the Black Smoke in crystal clear, which makes it smoky. Excuse me, I'm burping. Anything else? No. Australian one-man black metal, yeah. But yeah, very good. For the most part, these records are still available. I'm not sure that they are available from Iron Bonehead per se, but they are in distros here and there. I know Natatala, for example, has some of his stuff. Yeah. Speaking about the Concilium, Drakkar now has represses of some funeral stuff and some Senior Volant. If that is your thing and you're looking for those records and don't want to overpay, they are picture disc versions, but you know, it's not 2008 anymore. Picture discs have come a long way. So yeah, if you're into that. I promised myself I wasn't going to get them, and then I had a few beers and I got them. You can't speak about Iron Bonehead without mentioning Moonblood, and this is one of the latest, if not the latest, release of the rehearsal series that they are doing for the German bands. This is Conquering the Ravenland, and by a lot of people, their favorite rehearsal. The material on here salutes the old guards like a Darkthrone, like a Battery, but they do just a bit more than just worship it. This is from '96, and it predates the Deadspell Omega split that they did, because there are 2 tracks on here. I think it's the last 2, Bells of Apocalypse and I Hail the Night, which are fantastic tracks. They were fantastic on the split. They are fantastic here. Bit of a different quality, of course, because these are rehearsal tapes, but to be from '96, to be from somewhere deep in Germany, to be Viking worship once again, it is actually very good quality, sound-wise. So yeah, Gamal Zagot, I'm sorry, and Occulta Morse, chants, strings, and hammers. The track Bloodfire Dead is a Battery cover version, so yeah, that is also on here. Artwork-wise, the same. It's all the demo series by Mark Riddick. I think, did he do all the artwork or the borders? Framing illustrations, so yeah, the borders. Pictures in there. There's nothing new here, but I noticed that they have the, that won't show up, I guess, but they have the numbering on the spine, which I noticed around 5 coming out or something like that. I think they are almost entirely true. The back catalog, I think 3 and 4 rehearsal have to come out still. I think we're done then, I'm not sure, but it's about time, because I have half a bin of Moonblood rehearsals. Not that I'm complaining, because they are unfindable on tape, of course, due to limitations back then. But yeah, this is, like I said, a very good, not just me, a lot of people say that this is one of the better rehearsals or better things they have ever put out. So Moonblood, very, very good. Then the last one, and one of the contenders for, I'm not saying it's album of the year, but it will be, or it will pop up somewhere in the list, I guess. This is Circle of Ouroboros, and it's called Autuala. There you go. Since last year, since I did the interview with Bulgard, I think one of his recommendations was, I think we came there through Rite of Revenge, start digging into Circle of Ouroboros. I had 2 at the time. I have the split with Cenotaph, and then the other one on Final Agony that I'm not sure, it's kind of a title like this, but in 2 words that are unpronounceable. So I don't have much, I don't know too much. I know that they are 2-piece. They are consistent, the 2-piece consisted of Anti-Clemmy, Anti-Clemmy and Advar. Anti-Clemmy is also in Absolute Key. Rotten Moon, which can you see it there? I'm not going to get it, but there it is. A tape on the new Ancien Culte from France, did the tape Rotten Moon. Quickly, if you're into sloppy played, very well crafted black metal with almost cosmic keys here and there, it's not, you know, grandiose and cosmic, but check that out. They have a full on His Wounds. This is also on His Wounds, which I'll talk about later. But yeah, Rotten Moon, very, very good. His Wounds, yeah, I have to give some props to that label, because I know of their existence. They do a lot of good shit. They have the Salfreux, they have tons of material. They have 2 or 3 from Circle of Ouroboros. But yeah, I just have to, you know, invest a little bit more time to see what they're doing. They're from Greece, and they are actually a very good label. Very basic releases, but nothing wrong with that. Like I said, Antiklami, Absolute Key, Rotten Moon, and he has also links to the Right for Revenge guys. Then Advar, who does the instrumentation or all the music. He is in Vorder, if I pronounce that right. He is in Karmic Void, and he has loose ties to Keres. I'm not sure if he's in Keres Full, but you know, who is where and what. Now, this one. This is the full length from this year. Yes. So His Wounds did the vinyl version. New Era Productions did the CD version. Then this is the 22nd. Yes, the 22nd full length by this band, who started in, I think, 2004. First release was 2006, around that time. But they have so many demos and splits and EPs that was one of the reasons, and is still the reason why I find it hard to step into to the thing. But they have from 20 to 22, just those years. They have the Vimeinen Yoksu, I think. Then the Chiromancia, the Ayukin Vario on Coda Warx, that's from this year. Then this one, and then there's a Turiza, also from this year, and that is on Final Agony. That is a bit harder to find. I've been looking, but Final Agony just puts records out, and the distribution is not that great. I know Sinelregs get some, New Era gets some here and there, but you know, I don't know. Now, into this one. I haven't delved completely into it because this is the last order from Iron Bonehead. It was this, the Zombie Danz, a Viron Spectre tape, which is also up there. So a bit of random stuff that wasn't popping up anywhere else, and all of a sudden they were all there. But I delved in a bit. It is black metal, just to put a word on it, I guess. But it has so many influences. The influences, if you start reading, are post-punk or some neo-folk-ish stuff, some pop arrangements even here and there. What I hear, and especially on this one, like I said, there's differences between all the releases. If you have 22 fulls, it's logically that you have some variations in your sounds, especially for a band like this who does variations all the time. But what I hear mostly on here is not per se post-punk or punk, because we'll get to Horrible Room, that is punk and black metal. I hear it is cold music, it is black metal. You can hear it has those vocal structures, it has those screams, but somewhere in here is a very warm sound. Maybe it's the cover, I'm not sure, but it reminds me in some cases of 70s Scandinavian prog, something like that. There is some proto-punk in here, but I don't hear too much post-punk. It has some of those beats, but yeah, there you go. Very good record, and it made me hungry for more, but like I said, it is kind of hard to track 22 fulls down when you're on a budget. Anything else on here? It is Urfaust-ish in some parts. I'm not per se saying on this record, but that is kind of the band that they remind me of in some cases, not always, but yeah. Comes with this lyric sheet. It is not in English, it is in Finnish, of course, but yeah, nothing we can do with that or about that, but I really love the skull beetle design. I even love the test press screen print. I was going to say the test press for this even more. The cover of that is so basic, but I like it. Lightning Swords. There we go. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of people know about this band. If you don't, and you're like me, you just skimmed the edges of the circle. I've listened to a bunch digital, but when you put the needle on a record like this, it kind of speaks a bit more than just, you know, putting on some MP3s. So I held off for a bit. But yeah, we're finally here, and like I said, hungry for more. That's that. Rotten Moon, Circle of Ouroboros. Then into the last part, like I said, it's going to be a bit less than usual. This is the Poisonous Sorcery package. I'm not going to take them all because they have stuff in here that will fall out. Fifth batch, I decided to jump in. I have the Kirus record, I think, but I'm pretty sure it came from Charlie, the first time I ordered. Now, I missed the Leshy, no, not the Leshy, I think, Leshy demo compilation on there. And then this one, which I managed to grab. Talk more on that later. But when they had the first full length from Leshy in pre-order, it's a weird system. I decided to jump in knowing full well that it was going to be a wait, but it was going to be worth the wait, and it is. The way they pack, the way it all looks, the way it all works together is incredible. I've never gotten a box that weird, but that sturdy and that, you know, just detailed to get your records in your hands safely. I can't say anything bad about that label. Just, you have to wait, you have to be patient. But yeah, we can do that. The first thing I got was this one, and it's called Filth with Danz, I think. Limited to 150, and this was the full length from 2020. The guy is called Hildebrand, I think, and he is from Oslo, so another shining example of modern Norwegian black metal. He had an EP in, I think this is from 2021, because he had an EP called Knippe, which made some waves when it came out. I missed it completely. Sound-wise, it has, once again, a sorrowful, almost despair kind of sounds. I wouldn't call it DSBM, but it has that kind of vibe. I think it's mainly because of the vocals and because of the it's not dragging, but, you know, just of the tempo. They compare it to, and I mean this in the best way possible, the B-list mid-90s Norwegian troll demo, Trollstorm over Nidingjuf came to mind, or, you know, that's what this reminds of the sound, I guess. Yes, that is everything I wanted to say about this one. It was a unknown project for me. I've seen the logo actually took my attention, or I saw that somewhere before I heard the music. So I decided to grab the Leshy, that will come up, and decided to grab one more just to see what the fuss was about, or just to, you know, take a gamble and have something good. I haven't delved in 100%. I've listened to the demo with the hanging pigeon, and I listened to this a bit, and it's okay. It's I can't say too much besides the things that I have been saying, but I like it. It's not going in the for sale pile immediately. This is Sorcery 29, limits to 150, like I said. But yeah, I don't know what the pictures are. They are, you know, like old coal mining, wood chipping people. I don't know. Also, because if you put lyrics in here, and that seems to be the theme for all of these are in Norwegian, so yeah, you can only guess. There is a pentagram scratched in there, so they had a gale time in those wood cabins, but for the life of me, I can't make out. They had a goat, so it's a bit satanic in nature. But yeah, that's about it. It comes with some extra goodies. There is a postcard. It has some more Norwegian on here. Maybe I should start learning Scandinavian languages, but Russian first, I guess. A poster with some more devastated nature on here. So yeah, like I said, it is quite a package. They put some work into it. I think they work closely with the artist just to make it, you know, a good package. And then there is the vinyl, which is also very nice quality vinyl. Let's see where it's pressed. PPV. Don't know that one. No. They are a label from Spain, and that's where these came from. Then the two last records. I'll show this one first. They all come with this incense envelope that is by now semi-legendary. I haven't opened it. You can smell it. Incense is not really my thing. Not here. Maybe at a show at Magazine Keltje, but yeah. And they always have these OB lined CD samplers of all the releases. The OB has the track listing on the back, so yeah, always good. They're a bitch to get out with the OB, but visually it works. Then two more. One is the unpronounceable. I'll try, but it's in Russian. The Mpakobek. Best I can do. I've seen this tape on digital media come about, but this tape was limited to 10 copies from 2020. It was one of the projects from the Horrible Room. I'm not sure if it is the same guys that are Leshy or in Kugelkest, but if it has the Horrible Room stamp on it, not everything, the more, if it leans into more of the, for lack of a better word, the youth attack, mysterious guy, hardcore stuff, I kind of tend to like their black metal stuff more, but hey, I kind of like it all, but I can't grab it all. This, however, I asked them if they had the Leshy demo comp. They said no, unfortunately that's gone, but they still had a copy of this one, so I took it. Great logo on the back. Track list in Russian, of course. This is a 3-piece D, A, and S, so I think it's not the same guys as all the Horrible Room bands, but yeah, I don't know what the breakdown is. This is Sorcery 008, so an early one, and this is limited to 100 copies. There you go. Love the cover. It comes with this insert, which, nothing here, but then a black star over some totems, I think. Wood carvings. Black sun. Yeah, and this is punk-driven, black metal influenced Horrible Room. And actually one of the better demos of these guys, or the better bands. There you go. Which is saying a lot because, you know, black and white center labels. But let's skip it because everyone who made it to this point has been waiting for the following records, and that is the unpronounceable Leshy full 8. There you go. They opted to go with this cover, which is weird. It's not on the tape anywhere. I kind of dig it, but of course this is the cover for the, for this record. This is the image that kind of launched Horrible Room, maybe, together with the Kugelkast. I am actually stoked to, and I don't use the word stoked because it's an incredibly stupid word, to own this one, because, yeah, I thought I was going to miss this also. I'm not sure what the limitation is. This is Sorcery 28, so 20 later than a bike or something like it. Yeah, this is the actual cover for the vinyl version of this one. The back, I love the border. It's kind of barbed wire, kind of something else, but yeah, love it. There you go. Yeah, there's really nothing more to say. Love this weird little guy, but there's no mention of Horrible Room. It probably is, but it's all in, where does it say? Maybe there. I don't know. Like I said, all in Cyrillic. There is this insert with the stabbed sun, which I still adore. It looks a bit different, but maybe that's just because it's blown up, or I've been used to the tape version. But these don't come with too much extras, especially since the tape was just so basic, I guess. Some lyrics in Russian. I'm not sure what this is. Black Metal 2022. I'm not sure. That's what I've been saying a lot this year. But yeah, that's the last one. So a moderate Poisonous Sorcery order, but yeah, one beast for sure, and then two very good records. One demo, one full by Filth. This is the trophy for now. I have been a very bad boy, and I've ordered a ton of shit just to get everything here for the end of the year list. Yeah, I went mental, even for my standards, so expect a lot more of these to come in. If you are a stickler for audio, I'm not sure what to tell you. Just wait for Adams. If he will be back, it will all be very crisp and very, it will look better. I won't look this old, but yeah. I can see the time, which is good. We almost hit the 3/4 mark. That's enough for me tonight, and I'll be back very soon. Thanks for dropping in. See you soon.